Live-action Cowboy Bebop was a disaster. Nobody loved it, and it seems like it was a giant waste of money for Netflix because they didn't get the viewership or ratings they wanted because they canceled it only a few weeks after season 1 launched. And of course, all of the stars have come out and said that they were sad by the news. They hoped that people would still like it even though the story wasn't finished, but only one star has come forward to beg for her own spin-off show, and it was the actress who created a ton of controversy around the series. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month, or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So starting off with the Sankaku Complex article, it says Cowboy Bebop actress Daniella Pineda wants her own Faye Valentine spinoff. It says Netflix's live-action Cowboy Bebop series actress Daniella Pineda, who infamously portrayed a hated version of the cherished Faye Valentine and Attack the Fans, spoke to a reporter who asked if her iteration of Faye would return, and Pineda shared that she would love a spinoff that starred Faye. Now, I understand that she did put time and effort into this series like all of the other actors and actresses that were a part of it, but at the same time, this series was canceled for a reason. Okay, they changed a lot with Faye's character alone. A lot of people didn't like the changes they made, and why does she think that she'll ever get to reprise her role as Faye when Netflix clearly didn't even want to do a season 2 to finish the main story? That's my main problem here, okay? It's not like the whole series was done, it was over, and it was completed, okay? They decided to cancel it when they really only needed one more season to finish the main story. I thought that this series was going to get a season 2, even if it had mediocre ratings or mediocre viewership, because they put the effort into one season, but they didn't even want to finish the main story. Okay, she was the main problem with this series, in my opinion. I mean, there were other issues. The acting just wasn't great all around. The costumes weren't great all around. The sets were absolutely terrible and they were a joke. But she was one of the main problems. She attacked fans months before release and then doubled and tripled down on the hate. Why would anyone want to watch a spin-off series with her specifically? I'd rather watch a Jet spin-off series 100 times over than a Daniella Pineda Faye series. It says conversing with a reporter at the premiere of Jurassic World Dominion, where she plays the role of Dr. Zia Rodriguez, she explained that she would love a spin-off starring Faye and that she wishes the show was given a chance to find its footing. It did, though. It was given one whole season. It's not like they started filming it and said, you know what, we're gonna scrap this project, okay? They still went ahead with it. They released it. It was given a fair chance. I would love for Faye to have her own spinoff, aka I would love to get my own spinoff. That was such a crazy experience, and I really wish that we were given a chance. You know, a lot of shows, they find their own footing. That's just the truth of it. You find your footing even from the pilot episode into the season, and then season 2, season 3, you grow. You develop and you figure things out. I think it's unfortunate that we didn't get the chance to do that, but you know, we'll see. Who knows? Maybe Faye will come back around. It was a really fun character to play. Now, I get that she's saying, I wish that we could have gotten more out of this series. I wish that we had gotten a season 2, a season 3. I don't fault her for wanting more acting jobs, right? But this is the problem with this series. Netflix's Cowboy Bebop star Daniella Pineda, on previous video response to critics, I felt like that response was definitely in the spirit of Faye. asked by a reporter for her thoughts on the overwhelming rejection of Netflix's disingenuously reasoned desexualized take on Faye by longtime fans of the original Cowboy Bebop anime, Pineda asserted it was definitely my first interaction with very, very vocal trolls. Now, I always say this, criticism is good. Actors, actresses, producers, directors, companies need to look at criticism not as, oh, it's just very vocal trolls, but as people who want you to do better, who want your products to be better. And unfortunately, she didn't take that approach. She doubled and tripled down on this, saying, ugh, everyone who's criticizing me and my version of this character, just very, very vocal trolls. I feel like that response was definitely in the spirit of Faye. Also, I got Steve Bloom's blessing, the voice of Spike, who backed me up, and I was like, all right, guys, I don't care what you say. If that guy backs me up, no one can say anything. Now, I get it. She's very excited that Spike's voice actor followed her and supported her, but that doesn't mean that you can go on social media, attack the people that you need to watch your series in order for it to succeed. Maybe if she didn't do this, people would have been more open-minded and given it more of a chance, but unfortunately, she just went into it attacking anyone who didn't like it or had criticisms. Now, of course, the live action had came out in November of 2021, so it's been enough time for the review scores to even out, and right now it's sitting at a 46% critic and a 60% audience, and Netflix still said, you know what, it's just not good enough. Not enough people liked it, the viewership wasn't good enough, so we are canceling it. And of course, she's mad at that, but I wanted to read just a few of the audience reviews just to give you all an idea of why it failed and why she's never going to be able to reprise this character. There are a lot of 5 stars that were suspiciously put onto this series right after they announced that it was being canceled. They weren't doing another season. So there are people here who maybe are genuine, but they all came on within like 48 hours of each other. I remember talking about this in another video, but there's still a lot of negative reviews here because, of course, it's only got a 60% right now. Somebody said the people that wrote this hated the original. The only actor that tried was the man that played Jet Black. It's a cheap, soulless cash grab. They did not understand what made the original amazing. The only good parts of the series they lifted from the anime. Everything else was horrible, from the way they turned Faye into a stupid, easily used woman, to the way they made Julia a victim and a moron. They made Jet Black a cuck. They made Grin a complete joke. I mean, unfortunately, they are right. They changed these characters around, altered the way that they acted, altered their backstories, and it didn't turn out good. This is a complete and utter disgrace to one of the best anime shows ever. I cringe at the fact any money was spent on this abomination. As you can see, people didn't like live-action Cowboy Bebop. This is never going to get a season 2, and Daniella Pineda is never going to get her own spin-off series, no matter how much she begs for it. But I just think it's hilarious. She's going into interviews saying, I wish I could play this character again. Maybe one day Faye will get her own spin-off. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.